before and I call you out on it and you're like, oh, no, no, but I don't actually mean that I
It's
miswrote
gonna
this, and
sound
I don't care.
sus.
Like you can, no, no, I don't care if it sounds sus. I care about what you, like I'm gonna trust you that you're being honest right now with me. So I'm not
Same.
gonna, yeah, so I'm not gonna fault you for whatever you said before. That's why I'm trying to ignore everything that we put in the other chat. We're gonna start anew. Sound
Okay.
good?
Alright. I don't think I ever said the Bible was real. I said I believed in God.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
I.
whoa, whoa. Let's start over, man. Let's start over.
Okay.
That's
Good,
what
good,
I'm
good.
saying. Let's completely start over.
We move. Okay.
So yeah, every now and then you're gonna hear this sound. It's a little loud. I'm sorry. If it's too loud, just let me know. But that sound is me
Yeah,
muting myself.
I know.
So if you hear that sound, that's me pretty much saying, "Hey, you got the mic to talk." All right.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna try not to unmute myself or anything because I want to hear your version of it and hear what you have to say. I'm not gonna try to cut you off. But if I do cut you off, it's gonna be to ask you for clarity. It's not gonna be to like rant off on something else. It's gonna be like, hey, what do you mean by this? This is not how I see things. You know what I mean?
Okay.
All right. So what do I presume that you're a theist, that you believe in a God.
Can't hear
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
you. Yes.
I said I presume that you're theist, that you believe in a God.
I guess so, yes.
Go ahead. Why don't you go ahead and tell me about that?
I believe there are things on this earth that were made by aliens, and these aliens are gods, or the gods, which went through different religions in different times.
Okay. And why do you believe that?
Because God is translated in different religious books like the Quran, but they all translate to the same word. That's no coincidence, I don't think. You can unmute yourself.
I'm sorry. I'm writing this down.
Okay.
Where's my? Looking for my pen. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I didn't think you were gonna show up, so I had put everything away. Now I can't find my pen.
Oh, I was looking for my headset.
Here we go. I'm sorry. Can you repeat that for me just one more time? So I got everything now.
I believe in God.
Mhm.
I believe he's an alien.
Oh, the reason why I'm sorry. That's the part that I
You need
needed
not
to
to
write
be
down.
sorry. I usually write down stuff myself because I don't want to backtrack myself or be an idiot. I believe in God.
That's fine.
I believe there's an alien. I think.
And why do you think he's an alien? And why do you think that there's a God in the first place who's an alien? Like, what brings you that belief?
It brings me that belief which was passed down from my family because there are some things on this earth that cannot be explained by science or man, which are like technologies which we don't have the capabilities to make.
Okay.
The fact, well, it's not a fact, but the idea of me linking aliens and God is because I think there's grey areas in the Bible and other religions.
Okay. All right. And other people have complete opposite viewpoints of you. How do you account for them?
I believe everyone should believe in what they believe in, and that's why humans have evolved into a good species, because there's now a thing in the 21st century of debate and where you talk. to find out where other people's, because sometimes on the rare occasion your view can be swayed to a more correct view. I forgot what that term is called because it's been a while, but yeah, I'm open to hearing other people's opinions because you can learn from an opinion.
Okay.
Even
So one of the
yeah.
opinions of those people is that you are deluded, that you have been taught a lie from a child, and from that point on, that little seed grew up into a hallucination, a delusion, that the beliefs that you have aren't real, that instead they're just the machinations of your own mind, that it's much like how you see the patterns in the clouds. You know how the clouds sometimes you'll be able to see like a tiger in the sky or a
Yep.
fish. Yeah, yeah. So that is being applied to other parts in your life, and that's actually what you're actually believing, that none of that's actually real. What do you think about those people?
Those people that don't believe in God and those people.
No, 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 not that they don't believe in God, but the people who think that everything that's involved in the whole belief in God part, that's all a delusion that's built from stories of the past. Like, how do you account for those people who say that that's all a delusion?
I would probably ask them why do they think it's a story. Just because something's from a book doesn't mean it's a story, I guess, because like when you look at another book like a dictionary, it's still a book, but that actually has information in it. No, you cannot verify the Bible or any other religious book sometimes, but sometimes it has similarities to things in the real world, which can't be proved otherwise at the moment, so it can be believed at that time until either it's proved or else.
Okay, so you're going along the lines of it has to be shown first before I can believe it.
Shown first. No,
Yeah, it has to be, you have to be proven first before you believe it.
not completely, because I know there's things that can be shown. There are some things that cannot be shown, like miracles that he did. We can't prove or vouch for him, for God or Jesus
Why not?
in some things. We don't have any witnesses on who that Jesus came back from the dead. We don't have any witnesses that are passed down through the generations or manuscripts. Well, we do have a Bible, to be fair, that's just the story, but we don't have proof that that person was a story person, which the opposite people would agree on.
Do you know what hearsay and anecdotal evidence is?
Anecdote is like a story, like telling an answer for a story way.
Yeah, so it's I learned it like this. Uh, my friend and I were in the middle of the woods together, and he got bit by a snake, um, and we didn't make it to the hospital in time. And at his funeral, and Mom was asking me, "Why didn't you take him to a hospital?" And then I said, "Because I was told to tell him a story instead." And that's when I learned the difference between an anecdote and an anecdote.
Damn.
That's a joke.
Wow.
Do you know what hearsay is?
No, not completely. I'm not going to lie.
That's fine. Yeah, if I don't know something, I like to say I don't know either, and then. But usually, as soon as I say I don't know, I'll ask the person, "Do you know?"
I'll either Google it or do that, yeah.
Yeah, my favorite thing is to use something that both of us can establish on. So, do you mind Googling it for us? What the word hearsay means?
Yeah, my internet's being an idiot right now.
Yeah, my internet's been weird too.
They use a lot of anecdotes, you know.
I know, and I don't mind anecdotal evidence. That's not an issue. A lot of our sciences are built off of anecdotes. Someone saying they saw something and they wrote it down. but the difference is the objective verification part. That's the key part. It's the ability to replicate it. For me to say that if I let go of this pen that I'm holding in my hands, it's going to hit the ground at a specific speed, does not mean that the next time I'm going to let go of it, it's going to do that. However, I can say that I am justified in believing that it's going to happen every single time. I can't say that I know for certain it's going to hit the ground.
Practice can change how the pen drops depending on where you drop.
It wouldn't change gravity. It wouldn't change the fact that the pen will hit the ground eventually. That because of the Earth's movement, the pen is, whether it's floating in space or being pulled to it by gravity, or the Earth is moving up towards the pen, however you want to see it, eventually that pen will touch the ground when I let go of it.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things that's objectively verifiable, that I could tell you, okay, now you grab a pen on your side, you let go of it. And if you told me, no, I don't believe that the pen will hit the ground if I let go of it, and I told you, no. If you look at the pen do it, you'll see. See, that's a test. It's objectively verifiable. That's how science works. That's how we know the bone. Sorry, I'm trying not to mention anything from the past. My bad.
It's okay. But you can if you want. It's okay. With objective verification, there are some things that cannot be proved a second time round due to the past.
What do you mean?
The pyramids, we can't recreate it with the technology, with the exact technologies that they had.
Yes, we can. Who told you we can't?
What they used. You don't know what. We don't know what they used. They don't know how they made them. They don't know how they moved them. Because humans, no human could lift up that amount.
You don't have to lift it.
Stone. They didn't have the technologies to move it.
Yeah, we did. There's one man who built his own monolith over here in Florida. He didn't have any help at all. He used it's pretty much just leverage, man. Like, it's like Archimedes. He said that if you give me what is it? If you I forgot his quote, but essentially he said that if given enough time and effort, he can move a mountain with science, because it's all about how you leverage things. Ancient pyramids, and I can explain it to you this way. Let's say you have a pen or something with you, like a stick or something.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So put it laying down, and then all you have to do is, you see the spots on the pen where it's where you can put a little bit of rock under it.
A little bit of rock.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like you put a little bit on one side, and then as soon as you lift the pen, even slightly in one side, which is actually really easy with leverage, even slightly, now you created a space under it. So then you wedge something in the middle of it. And when you let go of the wedge that you had in the first place, now you created a full, like a seesaw. Does that make sense?
Kinda.
Okay. So if you could imagine it like a 3-point system, where you have a point at each end of the pen, so you have one finger in each side, and then you have a finger in the middle. So 3-point system. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, and if you can put enough of a space in the very middle of it, you can create a seesaw motion.
No space.
So if you take off the points on the two sides, all of a sudden you have your finger in the middle, and you have a seesaw. It goes up and down.
Yeah.
All right. So you use that seesaw motion to wedge stuff on one side, and then you do the same thing. You lift it again, and then you wedge it, and then you keep doing that until, boom, you have the pillar standing upright.
But how do you know they did that? How do you know humans had the strength or the capabilities
There's
to
no
do
strength needed, and their scientists already put it all on, like, essentially they put it on the cave walls and explained it.
How do you know that? How do you know?
Oh, well, so that's the thing. I don't even know that the pyramids exist. I believe that the pyramids exist, because for me to know the pyramids exist, I would have to go and actually visit them myself. All I've ever seen are pictures. I've heard from people telling me the pyramids exist, but I don't know for certain they exist. However, I can believe with pretty much good certainty that they do exist. The same reasons that I believe the pyramids exist is the same amount of evidence that I have that the pyramids were built by people. Absolutely no evidence have I ever seen that points that they could have been done. I'm sorry, that people couldn't have done this. I've never seen that. I've only seen people be able to do this, including, like I said, over here in Florida, there's a guy who built his own monoliths the same way. He used the quote-unquote ancient technologies of the pyramid ancients. But I presume that you've watched Ancient Aliens, right?
A little, not much.
I used to watch that show almost religiously. Like, I've seen almost every season, and you know how long those episodes are.
Mm.
So I've watched a lot of Ancient Aliens because I used to love that show. But then, like, whenever they would say something like, no one knows how the pyramids were done, and then immediately, as soon as I go online, there's people showing exactly how it was done. With how did they move the blocks up? Well, simple. They built small chambers with water. Literally had people walk up, pour the bucket into each chamber, walk down, and each one bringing a bucket up to fill them up. They tied wood blocks around the blocks, around the stones, with rope, of course, and then just floated them up to the top. And then when they couldn't do that, it was.
I'll be back in a minute.
Mm-hmm. Gives me time to smoke. I'll leave you with this image. He says he'll be back. Oh. We'll see how it goes. He seems a lot nicer than it seemed in the chat, which is why I was surprised he came in. So, hey, everyone's wrong sometimes. I was expecting some vitriolic exchange, but no, seems to be going well. I am going to light. Be right back. Well, I am back. Yep. Well, he's got to go. Alright, man. We'll try to continue some other time then. Have a good time.